Thank you very much, Leo, Rockhard. It's me, Jose1, and
Jose 2. I've accepted my fate.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
This game number 2 here in this series, best of 5. And like you guys just heard, if Blacklist International takes this lineup to another W, then they're match point already against FCAP. So we'll see. I mean, I agree with what the guys were saying over on the panel too. You know, FCAP.
Window. Okay, he's gonna now sustain that. Anyway, just the usual pokes between the two laners, but another lantern flare. And it's gonna be a battle between Perks and Ogwin, and they decide to disengage. It's not gonna be worth it though. As View goes in. Okay, will he be able to catch Haji though? Now he's gonna pick up Kyo. Okay, now it's a TKO. 2 TKOs for our 2 mid laners. And it's a matter of who's gonna clear out the mid lane first.
Ogwin is still there, by the way. He's okay. Now he's got the level 2. I love this when games are like this. When in the early portion, like, you're literally limit testing each other, and that's exactly what happened in the mid lane. This happened in the previous game too, but Blacklist International came out way ahead of those early skirmishes. So for FCAP, you know, if they can get some of these early kills, that'd be great for the lineup they brought to this table. And part of that, again, is what Rockhard said, like, they have to play around the death box. By the death box means the real-world manipulation from Few. They want to fight into that. If they can lock people down with a penalty zone and then follow through with that, Zaman Force is there, then there's so much fighting potential and power with FCAP's lineup. The problem is, again, lane to lane, you know, they're going to struggle for a little bit right now. They're trying to make a play up top.
They're going to go for Flaptisi. Flaptisi uses Flicker. Body of Smith, though, will save him. Quite tanky here as Perks goes in with a quick sand guard. Ogin is now here. Okay, so no casualties yet so far. So in terms of team fights, yeah, I do agree. You can expect Falcon's Apbren to really dominate. They have a lot of engage and for counter engages. But for Blacklist, in terms of rotation, you can expect them to be fast and go for those isolated pickoffs, especially with the kit that they have from Lord JM and Perks. And of course, you can expect Blacklist to really go for early game contention, like what Haji is doing again with View. Because of the presence of the Kali that we know in the first 5 minutes will be a menace in the opposing team's jungle, and MP the King again will secure an uncontested turtle.
All right, Blacklist getting the objective, and this is one of the hard parts about dealing with a Jushin across from you. You see how much zoning potential, even early on, that's already there.
Yeah, especially in the hands of Haji. Oh no.
Perks just give him some information. He's got that. Ogwin will keep him at bay, locking him down, of course. Waiting for that level 4 too. Once, you know, the problem before that first turtle take was the fact that just FCAP didn't have the ultimates that they were looking for. They weren't level 4, but they might look to fight for this.
Okay, speaking of fight, Flaptisi goes after 3 with a raging sandstorm counter attack coming in from Black. There, manipulation coming in from View as they bring down MP the King. Now Kyle TZ wants to go for more, going right after Lord JM as he flickers out and saves himself. 1 casualty only for Blacklist.
Good shot there from Kyle TZ with the Queller. Able to get a kill. That's what he needed too. Again, this is part of the whole game plan when you have a Suyo on your lineup. You need to be able to kind of control the early game, right? He's one of those scaling up and very momentum-based assassins in the jungle, and he's got to do that. He's only got the Fury Hammer right now, so still working on his first item. There's the Hunter Strike, so he does lock that in. So this could help, of course, because he's going to be looking to set the pace, you know, against MP the King. And we see Alpha picked up so much now in the current meta. Ogwin, he's gonna get dragged.
Lantern Flare, okay. He might be able to sustain this though, but 3 members are trying to burst him down as Haji brings him up once again to feed him to Oheb, and a counterattack from Falcon's Apbren up top. This time they're not gonna let Lord JM dominate like what he did during Game 1 as the Game 1 MVP.
Yeah, a lot more, you know, just aggressive, I would say, this time around from FCAP, looking for picks if they can, and even if they have to trade around the map. You know, and Oheb does lock in a ton of extra gold that he's able to get that first item locked in. So he's got the Holy Crystal now, and that's where also, when you have a Lunox here early on, the power spike is going to be there, and it's definitely a huge threat to the damage department.
Yeah, especially in the laning stages of the game, early game. You could expect the Lunox to really be ahead versus a Harith. So right now, Falcon's Apbren, they really need to manage the early game potential that Blacklist could give.
Whoa,
like what they're doing right now. Kyle TZ has to walk away as Oheb here, dangerously low. There's going to be a turtle clash finally, because 5 members are here as Oheb will recall home. It's going to be an outnumbered match for Blacklist. Falcon's Apbren still holding on. Flaptisi goes in, plus Ogwin's AOG. They're really targeting Lord JM here, plus the real manipulation coming in from View. Lord JM manages to do a final slash counter attack for Blacklist as they bring down Flaptisi. Next man is Ogwin. it. Lord JM, MP will fall.
Wow.
Perks as well. Haji forced to back away as OHEB is now in the picture. A 4-4-2. Trankin still goes in and brings down Haji.
That fight was so good because there was an initiation from FCAP, there was a response from Blacklist, and you thought they were going to win that team fight, and then all of a sudden FCAP's like, no, I'd win, and they end up winning in that team fight. So they get an objective, they get a ton of extra gold through it, and that's a good transition for them now at this point.
Falcon's Apbren prior to that clash, Kyle TZ targeted OHEB, forcing OHEB to recall. That's why when the clash happened, Blacklist was outnumbered. OHEB wasn't there, even though Lord JM was able to kind of out-sustain the damage of Falcon's Apbren to be able to cast the final slash, serving him up to perks for that Raging Sandstorm. They lacked the damage because the Filipino sniper wasn't there. But imagine it would be a different story if OHEB was there. So those are the little things Falcon's Apbren continue to do. They're not just thinking about the big picture. Even though they have huge ultimates, they're thinking about the things that they need to do before they go in for the clash, like what Blacklist is doing right now. Kyle TZ goes in for the second kill and will be taken down by 3 members as Lord JM survives.
I'm surprised he was able to get away, with that, but good response. There's got to be something for Blacklist International to do after, that build is building up here for FCAP in the lead, in terms of the lead. And so if they can find some of these wins across the map or whatever they can find, even if it's just objectively some of the turrets, get some space to work around. OHEB could be in trouble.
OHEB's in trouble, okay. He has an order in Brilliance with Ogun trying to chase after him as Perks forced to hit Raging Sandstorm to save the Filipino sniper. Kyle TC picking up a Blade of Heptases this time. So in terms of damage, you can expect Kyle TC to be more aggressive now. I believe the first item he picked up was a Hunter Strike, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Now he's got the Blade.
Okay.
He's got the Blade of Heptases now, second item locked in. And that's what's surprising. I know by this time a lot of people have seen the Suyo games. That second skill, man, that Soul Sever hurts. So now that he locked in, this Blade of Heptases too, depending on how he approaches some of these fights.
Perks forced to use that flicker. Now he only has the Raging Sandstorm. He doesn't have the Raging Sandstorm yet as he used a quick Sand Guard. Falcon's Apbren making quick work of the second turtle, not giving a chance for MP the King anymore. And I think Perks wants to go in for the clash. Okay, Falcon's Apbren redirecting their attention to MP the King. Will they be able to find him? Okay, they're just going to clear out the minions up top.
All right, so they got that. Right now at this point, FCAP comfortably ahead. They got a lead. They're building up on it. So for Blacklist International, we have to look at what's coming up here. That's that Lord fight. Because if they don't actually have a fight before then they've got enough time to go ahead and get to where they need to be. Part of that is, again, OHEB. He does
Okay, Haji used the filter to walk away over it and will miss the AOG. It's going to be a matter of setup. So Blacklist continue to engage. They have 4 members up against 4 as well. Haji goes in for the recall. And okay, so the thing is, for Falcon's Apbren, they got what they wanted. An early game start. And if you have a Suyo in your team and you got the early game, chances are you're winning the game because of the fact that you can get neutral objectives a huge advantage solely because of your second skill and retribution combination. We've been talking about this yesterday. So at this point, if Falcon's Apbren continue to dominate, play it safe, play it disciplined enough, that they don't even need to go for those over-aggressive plays. The only thing that could beat Falcon's Apbren right now is if they make a really, aggressive play that Blacklist manages to turn it around.
And if we're going to talk about turning things around for Blacklist International, it's all the itemization, right? The fact that they're down a few thousand gold, they can go ahead and try to catch up the best they can. It's good. Glowing Wand, Holy Crystal, and OHEB. He's going to be a big part of the damage profile later on. The biggest thing, though, too, is, again, counter-playing into the real-world manipulation that FCAP's going to be looking to set up. We've seen him do it multiple times now at this point. And so for Blacklist International, this is crucial because realistically, all this comes down to these objective fights. The Lord that's going to be up here in just a second. And even if they have a great initiation, they still got to withstand, fighting into that box or possibly escaping it once it's set up and then re-engaging. That might be the best course of action here for Blacklist. So Lord is up. You can already see it. They're getting set up here. Interesting there. Skypiercer is going to be picked up by Haji on this Jushin. So they set up for around the space around the Lord here. FCAP, what's Blacklist going to do? What are they going to look for here to deal with this? They do push him off a little bit. Kyle TZ trying to join this part of the map.
A catch for Lord JM, serving it up to the Raging Sandstorm of Perks as they bring down Pio and Owen. Flap TZ forced to use the penalty zone to go in right after 3. Order Brilliant to they bring down
Oh,
Flap TZ
Sumo!
as well. But they're going to counterattack with a kill onto MP the King. So there's no jungler for Blacklist. Falcons Apbren lost 3, but they have Kyle TZ. What's the play here for both of these teams?
Well, the play right now, I mean, you're down 1-2. Kyle TZ will go ahead and bring up the Lord, though. MP is down for another 15, so there's no Lord going to be taken. It's too quick of a death timer, but you saw that little window of hope. Hold on, Kyle.
Hey, they go in right after Kyle TZ commits the final slash, but he's able to escape. The mobility of the Suyu is just unmatched as AOG casted by Ogwin to bring down Perks. And now the advantage is on to Falcons Apbren.
What an escape from Kyle TZ. I didn't think he would actually be able to get out. Even with the mobility of Asuyo, that was still a great escape. And now this is probably going to give them a chance at taking this Lord here. The fact that Perks is down unless MP wants to go in and contest this.
It'll take a lot of miracle for MP the King as he's getting zoned out by the two tankiest heroes of Falcons Apbren. Soft reset for the Lord is trying to go for Lord JM. He's going to fall down in the hands of Super Marco. In exchange for Owen, though, it's going to be a 4-on-4. A hard reset on the Lord as Haji goes in with the Crimson Beacon plus the Lantern Flare going to be taken down by Kyle TZ. As Perks, though, trying to zone out few. A 2-for-1 trade in favor of Falcons Apbren.
This is definitely their Lord here. There's nothing that Perks can really do. MP's just going to go grab his orange. FCAP definitely playing different than what we saw in game 1. I don't think they liked that. They didn't like that score from game 1, and they came out ready to play for game 2. Quick adjustments, and that's going to be the Lord now finally secured for FCAP. And now Blacklist will have to be on the defense here. Even when you look at it, man, like despite the difference in gold and everything else, like Oheb, luckily he hasn't gone down, but you know, they still have to fight into setup potential. They're going to be on the defense in the base.
Yeah.
They can go ahead, utilize the amount of utility they have. Blacklist has a ton of utility, even if they go ahead and just try to clear the waves and not really fight this one, but just try to withstand it. But it looks like they have something else up their sleeve.
Yeah, actually, whoa. Flap TZ goes in right after 5 flickers out.
Whoa!
A bit too deep there for the finals MVP of M5. And now the Falcons Apbren, they do still have the lead, 3.7k, they still have the Lord. And okay, this is what I was pertaining to. It's hard to go up against Asuyu if they dominate the early game, but if Falcons Apbren continue to make these kinds of risky plays and Blacklist punishes them, Blacklist again can still defend and continue to extend the game and might even win game number 2 as they work on the Lord up top.
Man, I don't know, with that just last play of Flap going down, I don't know if they're even going to get to the base turrets with this unless Blacklist is actually able to keep them completely off it. Right now, it looks like that wave is still pushing it top. FCAP's going to go ahead and take their time with this too. So still respecting the fact that, you know, Blacklist has that capability of being able to fight and win some of these fights even. And MP the King picks up a Radiant Armor. He's going to get a little more tanky. He's got to be, because he and Lord JM are going to be looking to fight the front side most of these fights. And then Perks, you know, if he can get a great Raging Sandstorm off, then that will set them up for the fight. Oheb now, though, too, getting another item locked in here. Got the wings, but FCAP, they'll get the tier 2s. Still, that mid-turret is up, tier 2 and mid-turret, but I think they're happy with that. Again, the first Lord, they'll get in position in about a minute here. But I think even if Blacklist can find a pick off, this is going to give them a huge chance to take the next objective, swing things in their favor. This 4K lead right now doesn't mean too much, because when you're looking at the way these team fights are going, Blacklist is still in a good position. And you're seeing how fast they can actually take someone down from FCAP if they're a little overextended, if they're a little too pressured on this enemy side of the map right now. So even for the purple, you know, they gotta at least put some pressure.
I do agree with what you mentioned a while ago, that in terms of kit, Blacklist needs to utilize whatever they have. But with Falcons Apbren's lineup, again, they have 3 major ultimates that could be used aggressively in team fights and even for just pickoffs if they wanna, if they manage to find the proper target. Because as the game progresses, these kinds of ultimates becomes more valuable, becomes more vital to your success. And with that case, Falcons Apbren, they do have a lot more kit, a lot more AoE crowd control that could be used, especially when it comes to the Lord dances. So Blacklist right now, they actually are pressured to get the pickoffs, maybe set up by Haji or by Perks or by Lord JM. Because if you're gonna go up against the lineup of Falcon's Apbren towards this Lord 5v5, regardless of what happens, you still have the Suyu that has a huge advantage when it comes to the Retribution second skill, again, when securing neutral objectives.
Yeah, the Suyo is great, especially in this part of the game, but he does tend to fall off the longer this game goes, and it'll get definitely more difficult for FCAP to go ahead and continue doing what they're doing around, fighting this. But always the advantage is again, the real world manipulation around the Lord Pit. Anytime you come around, we're talking about these objective takes. That's one of the great things about the Eve pick, and why teams still like to go for it. So you can see some of these more defensive items being locked in by Blacklist. Haji picking up that brute force, so now they work into this. They're going to look for a setup. And you can see the positioning here. Part of this, again, is Lord JM. If he can get that final slash they're looking for and they get an immediate kill, that'll be huge. There it is already. The seal being used.
The clock is ticking for Blacklist.
Finds it out.
There's a huge slow push ensuing onto the bottom lane. Falcon's Apbren can extend this Lord Dance and force a reaction from Blacklist, or they can go ahead and try to burst it down. Okay, they're gonna make Blacklist react though.
Oh.
Lord JM goes in for the final slash, connecting onto Tuple, the Raging Sandstorm. A lot of immortalities being popped here. Flap easy counterattack to the final. A penalty zone. Lord JM, MVP King, Perks goes down. Goodbye. Haji is the only one left. A beautiful initiation by Blacklist, but there you said it. Falcons Apbren, they have a lot of kit to re-engage. They have the economy lead. Haji with the Crimson Beacon out. Will he be able to defend this though? There are a lot of minions up against 4 members. Look at Super Marco Pup pushing with his Salmon Force. They're clearing out the minions. Haji has no more chance to defend this. And we will go to a game number 3 because it's 1-1.
FCAP, huge justice.